Definitely. It's it's three. It's exactly. Is it 3 or 3 minutes past 3 p.m. right here on Farmers Media? This is the Farm Drive Show with me, Conrad Kibe, and as I've said, it's just 3 minutes past 3 p.m. And you're right on time for this show, that is Farm Drive. And you always know we are about three things only, that is connect, learn, and grow. And this is a home where we tell the story of an African farmer in the best way possible. And so today, it's all about digital marketing. Being a Market Watch Wednesday, we're talking about the impacts that the digital marketing has had on this industry of agriculture, and the tips we'll be giving you, or I shall be giving you the tips on how to stay ahead with digital marketing when it comes to anything digital marketing. But in the meantime, as we get to the tail end of this show, we'll be having an expert on social media who will be giving us what, or actually she'll be discussing on what we do wrong when it comes to marketing our products on the socials, that is all social media platforms. What we do wrong, probably we have everything in terms of theory, but when it comes to actually implementing or the practicability of it, what we actually do wrong, and we shall be unlearning some of these things. But in the meantime, it's time to learn some of the tips of how you can stay ahead and the impacts this digital marketing has had on the industry, that is agriculture. But first things first, we start with the updates on the COVID-19, the cases that we have received as of today, that is the 8th September 2021. And worldwide, the positive cases that have been reported worldwide are currently standing at 222,780,492 positive cases. And the death toll currently is standing at 4.6 million, and the recoveries are 199,307,383. Those are the COVID numbers we are having. So making sure you're just staying safe. You're using the masks, and I mean you're actually wearing your mask properly, making sure that you're using either sanitizer or water, clean water and soap. But at the end of it all, don't forget to keep your social distance as much as possible. And on the vaccination cases, as of September, that is 2021, yesterday, the received doses that we have received as a country is currently at 5.1 million doses that we have received. And the first bunch, or the first dose that has been administered to the people right now is only 2.0, or 2,080,483 doses that we have received, or people who have received that dosage. And the second dose, only 814,375 people have received the second dose. And total vaccination, or the total people who have been vaccinated in the country right now, it's 2.8 million. Right, that is 2,874,858. For the adults who have been vaccinated in the country, it's only at 3.0%. So you see, we are not doing really well as a country in terms of adults being vaccinated. So if you're out there, you have not received your vaccination, remember it's free in all hospitals in the country. So just go take that vaccine. Remember, it's reducing the spread of the virus by 95%. So it's very important to have yourself vaccinated. It prevents the spread of the virus by 95%, and we shall be moving forward even as we live in these uncalled for times. And so, before we get into the topic, you can imagine a life without this industry of agriculture, or the agricultural industry. Just imagine how life will be without this industry. Bearing in mind that this industry provides sources of livelihoods, and it is actually very indispensable when across the globe, any country, despite how much they have grown economically, they rely on this industry. It's very, very big in every state, in every nation in this globe. And so the agricultural industry gets a bad representation, and this is something we have just noticed. It gets a bad representation for being behind times when it, and this is very not fair, if I could use that, and not accurate when they say that this is one of the industries that have been left behind in terms of technology wise. That's very inaccurate and very, very unfair. All right, so we'll be discussing about the impact of this digital marketing when it comes to the industry, and why I am saying that the industry has not been left behind, and why I'm saying that is very, very, very inaccurate. And I'll be giving you the reason as to why actually that is not fair when we say that this industry has been left behind when it comes to going forward technology wise. But as we started that conversation yesterday, we started the conversation of AGRF 2021 Summit that began on the 6th as a pre-summit, and yesterday was the first day of the actual summit. And the theme is a pathway to recoveries and resilient food systems. And they are actually basing their talk on Africa food systems, basically on the food security and the young people. So be part of this conversation. You can join the conversation on www.agrf.org. You can get there, get the greatness from that summit. Remember, it's running from the 6th to the 7th of this month, that is September, and that's on Friday will be the last day of the summit. But today the summit is still ongoing, and today is day 2 of the summit, and the conversation today is all about building better and rising above the effects of the pandemic, and the theme is build forward better. That is the theme of today. So if you have not joined the conversation, you can still join in. It's still there. We have the deal room. We have almost more than the people that are doing the conversation, or we have more than 2,185 delegates that are being part and parcel of this summit. We have almost 8 head of states with starting or beginning with the host head of state, that is His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya. And we also have in attendance, we have the President of Rwanda, that is His Excellency Paul Kagame. Burkina Faso also will be represented by the head of state. Tanzania, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan also will be representing the country. Also Uganda, the head of state there, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, will be in attendance. Tunisia, Malawi, Namibia, all of these head of states will be present, and definitely we have more than 200 speakers who will be gracing this summit that began from yesterday, will go on until the Friday, that is the 10th of September. So be there, join the conversation. That is www.agrf.org. Get there, register, and be part and parcel of this, especially if you are a young farmer, if you are a young person who actually is looking forward to change the perspective on how you look at the agriculture in general. Be part and parcel of this conversation. Yesterday they were talking about the food system and actually basing it on what they can do to help the small scale farmers. But today they're talking about building better and rising above, just like the phoenix rising above COVID-19 and its effects. So be part of this conversation. It's still not late. It's the second day. Be part. If you have lost or if you have not joined the conversation from the last 2 days, you can join in the conversation tomorrow. And I believe at the end of this show, we'll be giving you the conversation they'll be having tomorrow, being the third day, that is Thursday. We shall be giving you what they'll be discussing about. But today, they are talking about building forward better. That is the hashtag of today's conversation. So you're not still late. You can join in. It's still 15 hours since probably they started the conversation around 8. So you're not really behind. It's just 7 hours behind. You can still join the conversation online, and that is www.agrf.org. Get there and be part of that amazing conversation. And so today's conversation, we are basing it on the digital marketing, the impacts and the tips that you can be having when you start your business, particularly those who are in agribusiness. And so it's really amazing to find out that farmers and their suppliers are some of the most tech-savvy people you could ever meet. That is very true. That is a fact. And in terms of automating their daily work, you know, as a farmer, we are talking about how you can organize yourself, how you can plan yourself. And so the farmers and their suppliers, or you as a farmer, together with your suppliers, you are one of the most tech-savvy people or anyone could ever meet. And so in terms of automating your work, I know you record your daily work that you do, or your daily work rota that you always have. Keeping you also keep tabs on the livestock and crop in top condition. When you're doing your scouting and all these things, you always have in mind, or always have it noted down. So you may not be doing it with a book and a pen and paper. Probably you're using your gadgets, either phone, a laptop, or any other gadget that you have, probably even an iPad, or any other gadget that can record. But the key thing to note is that farmers, you as a farmer, together with your suppliers, you're one of the most tech savvy people anyone could ever meet in this globe. But however, that being true, that being a fact, it's pretty good. It's a generalization that has been there, that the industry is slightly behind when it comes to adopting digital marketing techniques. Probably there is a slight truth in that, but it's not whole. That's why I said in the beginning, I said it's not fair and accurate at the same time, saying that the whole industry is behind or lagging behind when it comes to being in terms of marketing techniques or digital marketing techniques. It's not behind, but we are not really yet there as an industry. And digitalization of everything makes it easy in terms of when you have easy internet access. That one can make your work very easy. And have this having easy internet access for everyone has actually changed the face of how farmers will forever be viewed, you know. And we're talking about how many people in the industry are scrambling to keep up with the new methods, because every single day we have new apps, we have new digital ways of how you can do things, or how you can market your products online. And so just keeping tabs with the new methods that are coming through may be a bit hard for this industry, but it's challenging, but at the same time it's very doable. And but the good thing is they are available to keep to make sure that you're keeping in touch with everything that is happening, particularly with your customers. So when it comes to the digital marketing, it's more of you keeping tabs with the customers that you have, in all your clients that are there. And it's good to say that time is ripe, or the time is now for the agricultural suppliers to make the shifts from the digital, or from the traditional methods of marketing your products to the digital ways or digital marketing of your products. The time is now. If you've not yet begun, you're a bit slow, you're a bit behind, but the time is now. In terms of how we approach and claim the full, in how we claim and we take the portion of sales, how we actually deal with the clients. It's you're a bit late if you're doing it traditionally. Remember last week we talked about how easily you can pay through mobile banking, through mobile apps, and all other available channels that you can use. It's not a must you be a bit rigid when it comes to paying. You're just talking about cash only. That's a bit traditional for now, especially during that this period where we have in COVID-19. People are really trying to avoid having cash, liquid cash in their pocket. So it's more of we are doing mobile transactions. So if you're still rigid and still stuck with the traditional methods of doing things, then it might not be working for you. But at the same time, I've told you, towards the tail end of this show, we'll be having a social media expert who will be telling us more of what we are doing wrong. It's more of unlearning the wrong things we have been doing in the industry, and actually trying to tell us or trying to encourage us and convince us that this digital marketing can really work 100% when it comes to the agricultural sector. And so the first thing to understand when it comes to digital marketing is the language that you use. Language is very key, or rather when it comes to digital, it's more of how you write it. It's how people will perceive it. You don't have time to actually explain what you've written. So because you can't go explaining to every follower that you have on social media platforms, this is what I meant when I said this. So it's easier when you use a language that can be understood. And so the first thing when you need to understand when it comes to writing for your agricultural marketing, is you need to understand your audience, or rather you need to know your audience. Who am I addressing? What kind of audience do I have? Who am I targeting? Basically, when you get to understand your TA or the target audience, you are able to actually get to know what kind of language am I going to use. If you're targeting the young people, you can use the slang language, anything that the slang wording, you can use that. But if you're targeting probably people who are middle-aged or above 50, you can't really use the sheng, quote-unquote sheng or slang. Might work against you, probably. You may try to show that you quote-unquote .com, but you may use in the .com language, but to the wrong target audience. So you must know your audience. That is first. And so this is the first thing. The things that keep farmers awake at night are not like any other customers, you know. For you as a farmer, probably zile vitu zinakufanya ulale usiku, they're not as any other, are not the same things as people in other industries. So it's very different for you. So the approach might be a bit different, okay? When it comes to marketing, the approach of marketing in this industry is a bit different from any other industry. And so if you're probably hiring, you've decided to hire a web designer for you or a web agency, one thing, and that is online, one thing they need to understand, and the keyword is on the need. They need them as being a web agency, because probably they're there to create a website for any industry, whether it's the entertainment industry, the media industry, or any other industry. They are there just to create the website for you. And you as a farmer, you've decided, you know what, I'm gonna get into this wave of digital marketing, and I'm going to open a website. But one thing, as you design your website, as you design this web of viewers, them as the agency, they need to understand the audience too. So it's for you to explain to them what kind of audience you have and what problems you're coming to fix as you open your website. And the problems and how to understand your audience, you need to understand what colors or themes can rhyme so that to attract this audience. Remember, it's online. For someone to click on the link to your website and actually make them or retain them, or actually get to know what products you have in terms of what products you're selling in that website, you need to understand how, you need to put yourself in the shoes of those customers. So you need to understand what they're looking for, you know, and how easily they can access this. You've been shopping in other industries, and you know how annoying or how hectic can be looking for something without directions. For example, you get to any local supermarket and they have not clearly labeled where things are, right? And that's why you see most of the leading supermarkets across the country have labeled where things are. If it's food and beverages, detergents, electronics, you know where to go. You don't need to keep on unazunguka to that local supermarket asking where things are. You know, it can be a bit annoying for you and also for the staff. And you get to, I've ever gotten to a supermarket where they keep on changing things every single week, or probably even after 3 days they have changed where things were. You know, as a human being, you like it easy. You know, you want to cram how things are in a certain supermarket, or it's you can imagine if you're using a PSV and you know where the stage to your matatus are, you know, the stages to your matatus are, alafu pate imechenjiwa. Kama if you're coming to on this sides of Mombasa Road, unapata gari za Mombasa Road zimeacha kwa railways, sasa ziko OTC ama ziko Koja. You know, but that's why they maintain the same place, so that it's easier for you, and that's why they have those boards. They're not billboards, they're just boards to indicate where this matatu is going to, so you don't have to keep on asking everyone where the matatus to Kitengela, where the matatus to Athi River, where the matatus to this place. It's easier for them when they just indicate and just raise those boards, it's easier to understand where these matatus are going to. So it's the same when it comes to the web. You don't really need to have it make it look so, it's everywhere. Make it as simple as just a simple website whereby someone can log in to your website and get to understand everything that you are having. And this is more of the type of words you use. I use generalizing your words, the keywords. Someone can just type a word in that website, and automatically the product they are looking for in your website will come automatically. And don't use words that are very scientific when you're placing your products in your website. If you're basing it locally, probably you can indicate the actual word. If you're talking of what word can you use? The English word, probably you can write there on the comments. You're using the English word of Dania, right? The English word of Dania. You can write into brackets Dania, because if you're targeting the local and the international market, you'll be killing two birds with one stone. If it's someone you're targeting in the international market, you will get the English word of Dania. And someone in the local market who doesn't get to know the word Dania in Swahili will get to type the word Dania and they'll get it there. So you can use the actual word or the English word and the local word or the slang word that is used for that product that you're selling on your website. So it's about knowing your audience. Who am I targeting? Am I targeting the international audience? Is my market local or international? If it's both, then you need to get a way of how you can kill two birds with one stone. And so some of tips that you can get when you're getting to use the right word is, don't think of farmers as consumers. That is one. The first one, you talked about the web, how to design that website, what you need to understand. But now this one is more of getting into it. When remember, you've talked about how to write for this market. So one, as you're using to get to know the right language to use, one, don't think of farmers as customers. Think them as a business, which they are. Definitely they are a business, and focus on what we call B2B. That is business to business marketing technique. So when you're writing for, or it's either a blog, a caption on your social media platforms, you don't have to think these farmers as customers. See them as a business, right? Because they're viewing you as a business, so it becomes more of a technique of B2B. It's a business to a business. So even how you address them, it's more officially. It's like addressing another business company or another organization. So don't see them just as customers, because itafika mahali mkae ni kama mnazoeana kidogo, but focus on them being a B2B, business to business. Use that kind of technique. That is a B2B marketing technique, business to business technique. All right. So don't focus them more so being more of customers, because it won't actually work for you. All right. When that is when writing, when making sure that you're choosing the right language on how the right language to use to your customers. And this in this case, we have talked about them being as a business. Secondly, the demands on the time require a more direct approach in terms of content. So cut out the filler and address the issues, that is including the lack of time. All right. So the demands of their time. All right. So work with your time, or more so, the demand of their time require a more direct approach. So don't just probably you're thinking of be direct on the timing. So don't tell them around 10 a.m. Let them be direct so that they can know when are you open. And that's why in your profile you write when are you open. You're not just open every day. When it's 8 to 5, is it 9 to 4? Don't just say the whole day, or Monday to Friday, and then you just leave it at that. Because Monday to Friday, they may argue out and come probably if it's online, you're doing it online, and you have your profile there. For example, it's on Facebook and it's open. You only tackle the issue or your customers online, quote unquote customers, from 8 to 5. That's when you are busy doing your businesses online. So past 5, you want to have your personal time. And so you have a customer who is coming past 5. They need to understand when is the actual time to actually come and talk to this person. All right. So make sure that your time is direct, so that kukuwe na hiyo heshima tu. You need your personal time. Or if you're open, that it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you must be closed. If you're open, you say my DMs are always open 24/7. It's okay. But the main issue is indicate there. Is it open 24/7? Is it open 8 to 5? Are you always available from on holidays or weekends? Are you available during what time actually are you available for either deliveries? And actually that's very important. Do you do deliveries? And what time do you deliver? How much do you deliver? All these things, you must be very use a direct approach in terms of doing all this. So lack of time can actually work against you, or lack of being direct to your customers can actually work for you. So when you come back, it's more of moving from one to many to one type of marketing. So when you're having probably a physical shop that's traditional, you're working for one to very many people. But now this digital marketing strategy is advocating for one-to-one type of marketing. That and much more will be coming after this short break.
sectors that we have recently gone into is fruit seedlings. This is avocado. These are seeds that we grow. The avocado seedling from seed, and then when it's a little bigger, after 2 months, we'll graft it, and now we'll sell you a grafted avocado. So what you can see here is just avocado seeds, and a bit of them have started shooting. The other plant and seedling that we do is oranges. You can see this orange is about 2.5 years old, and you can see already the fruits are there. And it's a variety that is called Washington Navel. It grows this height. We've put it in a bag because we move around when we go to shows, but otherwise this is a plant that you can grow in your own garden, and it will give you oranges all year round.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions. Celery is a marshland plant that comes from the same family as carrots and parsley. It has long, firm and pale green fibrous stalks and grows in bunches of approximately 8 to 10 centimeters. The stalks taper into leaves at the top. When planting celery, it's best to ensure that the soil is enriched with compost and with a soil pH of between 5.8 to 6.8. It is also important for celery to grow in moisture-retentive soil. Lastly but not the least, select a site that receives full and direct sunlight. Celery needs about 130 to 140 days to mature between seedling and harvest. Growing celery is generally considered to be an ultimate vegetable gardening challenge. It's easy to grow, but has very specific needs.
20 minutes to 4 p.m. right here on Farmers Media. This is the Farm Drive Show with me, Conrad Kibe, and definitely we're always about three things only: making sure that we connect, learn, and grow. And this is a home where we tell you the story of an African farmer in the best way possible. I hope you've joined the AGRF Summit, the AGRF's 2021 Summit that is ongoing virtually. You can join virtually if you're in any part of this world, but the physical, Kenya is hosting the summit physically right here in Nairobi, and we have more than 8 head of states representing this summit. We have government leaders. We have over 200 keynote speakers that will be addressing the summit from the 6th to the 10th of this month, and definitely over 2,000 delegates that will be attending this summit. So make sure that you attend this summit. It is on the day 2 of it, and they are all about build better. Build feature. What's the hashtag for today? It's more of building. What is it? Build forward better. Yeah, build forward better. That is the hashtag or the theme of today. But the wholesome theme for this summit that started yesterday officially, it's pathway to recoveries and resilient food system. So it's more of the African food system and food security, particularly targeting the young people. Almost their target for this summit is more than 10 million young people that will change their perspective on how they view agriculture, and probably will get and dive into agriculture either professionally or just doing it as an agribusiness. So be part of this conversation. Remember, you can join that conversation that is still ongoing via www.agrf.org, or you can visit any of the social media platforms or AGRF. You can get the link there and get to witness or be part of this great summit that is still ongoing. And so today we're discussing more of the digital marketing, and we are giving you tips on how to stay ahead with digital marketing. But before that, let's look at the weather, the updates of the weather tomorrow, or how the weather will be looking at tomorrow. And ni kama imeleta shida hapa, but I will be giving you the updates of that and much more in as we continue with the show. A bit of technical hitches here and there, but before we went for that short break, we talked about more of the tips on how you can enhance or you can have this digital marketing working for you. Remember, I talked about it being unfair when we say that the agriculture industry is a bit behind or lagging behind when it comes to joining the digital world. That's not fair, and at the same time it's not accurate, but they have not lied. It's not everyone who has migrated to the digital world and who is actually in this industry. And so what do we need to do to join this industry, or what tips do we need to have so that we can join this industry? And one, we talked about the language that you use, so that you get a bit credible when it comes to digital marketing and get the best. Remember, it's all about making sure that everyone is coming or creating traffic in your website or in your social media platforms, because it's more of digital. And so what can you do? The first things first that you have noted is making sure that you're using the right language and time, making sure that you have communicated in the right way. Communication is always key in every industry, and so here we've talked about making sure that everyone knows when you're open for business. If it's a 24-hour kind of page for agribusiness, please indicate that. If you're working from 8 to 5, indicate the same. If you're doing deliveries and any other services, extra services you are actually having for your customers, you can do that. But at the same time, you have said when you're doing this business, make sure that you're not viewing. Inside you can have, you can view your customers as customers, but when you're in terms of making sure that you're doing it in the right way or a professional way, use the B2B marketing technique, making sure that you're talking from one business partner to another business partner, or from one business to another business. How or what language can you use to make sure that is actually proper, is communicated in the right way? And so the second thing, or the main thing that you need to understand, is what are these new ways we are talking about when you talk about digital marketing? What are some of these ways that you need to use, or are they available for you and what are their benefits to you as an as someone who has dived into agribusiness, or as a farmer. What other channels do you have apart from the traditional methods that you have? What are these we are calling the digital marketing ways? And one, we have what we call the e-commerce website. We'll be talking about that, and so we'll be getting to details about that. Two, we have social media, or what we call social marketing. This includes Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. All these social media platforms are some of this what we call the social marketing. These are some of the platforms that you can use to actually do your digital marketing for your products or for your farm products. Three, we have paid per advert or paid per click type of marketing, or type of way you can use to make sure that you're selling your products online. And fourth, we have content marketing. All these are some of the new ways that we have available. They're not the only ways, they're just some of the ways you can be using to actually market your products. And so we start with the first one, what we call the e-commerce website. And this is very efficient, especially if you are in the agribusiness sector. And so it will boost your sales and help you understand the business even better from the comfort of your home or office. So simply, if you have not joined e-commerce, you can just get online, do your research. Remember, all these things need planning. So you can plan on how to get the best e-commerce website. This is what you're talking about when you come up with the website, making sure that whoever is creating this website, probably you're not very versant with this creation of the website. Anyone who is doing it, whether someone in that business or a friend, either you're paying for it or it's a favor. But the main or the key thing that you need to take home is that they need to understand what problem are you fixing. Remember, it's more of a gap. What problem are you fixing? What is my audience, or who is my audience? Who am I targeting? So that you can understand the language. This will help in what we were discussing earlier on about the language, about knowing your audience properly, so that you can know this is the right language to use because that's the target audience that I have in mind. So the e-commerce, or the website that for the e-commerce, is one of the various ways you can do it. And this is very simple, especially during these times of COVID-19. You can just do it from the comfort of your home or office. You don't need to go out there and doing marketing physically. You can just do it from the comfort of your home. If you think working from home is actually working for you, or has been working for you for the last 1.5 years, you can use the website. And I hope you have the website ready, and it's very good because you can just place the product there. Remember, you're using a very, very simple language, and you're using keywords that anyone, your customers, quote unquote, your customers can access easily. So this website imekuja kurahisisha kazi, haijakuja kufanya vitu zikuwe gumu kidogo. So making sure that when you have this website, not ever you'll have very few people calling you to ask you, where can I get this product? Do you have this product? When it's out of stock, make sure that you've indicated it's out of stock. Okay? When it's on sale, making sure that you've indicated. If there are any offers that you're making, if you have any offers that you have to give to your customers, indicate them. So this website, you need to keep on updating it, and it's very efficient, especially if you're in the agribusiness sector. I've seen most agrovets have actually jumped into this website, and they are really doing well for themselves. And so if you're out there in the agribusiness sector, this is one way that you can get to have your products being sold online. Secondly, we're talking about social media platforms. That's social media marketing or social marketing, where we have talked about using social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and any other social media platforms platform that you think can work for you. And this one helps you to get in touch with your clients from across the globe. So this one has actually widened your scope. Your scope. You don't have to target the local market. If probably whatever you're selling was a bit hard to sell to people outside your county or your locality or your area, now you can target even people across the region and across the globe, because there are the means that they can get this product, probably by shipping or using any other means to get the product. So with these social media platforms, you're connecting with people across the world. So you're able to actually have that, what we are calling a one-on-one. All right, a one-on-one where you can actually tailor make these products to a certain way to suit your customers, if that is actually applicable for you. If it's not, then you see you're having that conversation and you're able to create traffic in all these social media platforms. Remember the keywords, how you're branding your pages. It's very important. If you're not very conversant with any of these social media pages, it's good for you to get someone, or these classes are free. Most of these social media platforms have these free trainings of free classes where you can join in and get to understand how to actually use the social media platforms in the right way possible. Probably we have actually joined, or we have accounts in these social media platforms, but we don't really know how to use them when it comes to business. We know them for entertainment, for leisure, to get to understand. It's more of news. It's more of a media outlet than a business outlet for you. But what you don't know is all these social media platforms can work for you, whether in business, whether in media, any industry. All these social media platforms can really work for you, because you're getting to interact or getting in touch with your clients virtually, and they can get to ask you all those questions that probably they can't ask you, or then it's easier for them to get to ask you questions, to get the products, to actually, if you were having a problem by having a physical shop, and not everyone can get to that locality. For example, if you have a shop right here in Kitengela, and most of your clients are from Nairobi or the CBD or around this county, and not everyone right now, especially with COVID-19, wants to travel from one place to another. And so last week, when we were talking about strategies of marketing or setting prices, one thing we realized that was unique is those small things that you add, the small services that you add on. For example, the example you just given of having the physical shop being in Kitengela and having your customers from Nairobi. Are you having that extra service of deliveries? Or is it a must someone to come to your physical shop to get the product? So these are some of the things that you can discuss online and get in touch. You probably have to, when you get to all these socials, you'll get to understand that you can widen your scope. If you get in people from Nairobi only, you get people from Machakos, also Kiambu, as far as Nakuru and all other counties, even far as Kisumu and outside this region. So all these social media platforms can make you, or can widen the clients that you have across the globe. It doesn't matter if it's Europe, Asia, or any other continent. You can connect with anyone as long as you're using these social media platforms, and that's one of the ways that we can use. Probably you joined these social media platforms and you didn't know they can actually help you in terms of your business. Now you know, and especially most people joined this wave to make sure that their business are online when COVID hit, and they've been doing well for themselves. And most of them have actually closed their physical shop because they have realized most clients right now are online, and people are actually getting to have an advantage when they are working from home, because it's making you work on so many things, and making you actually concentrate on one thing and improving more on your social media visibility, and making sure that you create that traffic on social media platforms, so that when someone is for example searching for something, a product that you are selling, when you create that traffic and they search on the search engines, your products will come fast, or your website or your social media platforms will come out fast. If you're selling your vegetables and you have a website, you have a social media platform, social media page where you have branded it well, has a lot of traffic, is doing it good for itself. When someone searches vegetable, someone who is selling or online vegetables, you in the search engines, your platform will come first, whether your website, whether your physical shop, whether your social media platform or social media handle will come first. And so this one will only happen when you create that traffic on these social media platforms. And third, this is a bit critical, we're talking about paid per advert or paid per click. And this is where you take your business online, as you have said, make yourself visible. That is very key, making yourself visible, making we call it quote unquote shouting online, but not really shouting literally, but it's a bit subtle shouting where, you know, social media is more of a moving billboard. You need to get to understand how many times should I post for people to actually see, and how consistent are you. All this will come, and all this will actually help you to make your brand or your product visible in the social media or basically online. And so when you make yourself visible, this will actually enable you or enable the clients to actually notice your products. And so when you keep on being consistent on these social media platforms or anywhere online and make yourself visible, the clients will actually have a hard time not recognizing you. They will actually notice your work, they'll notice your product, and they may actually give you a call, or they may follow your page, or get to know your to actually get into your page and get to know or get to understand what product you're selling. But this, for this third part, it's talking about paid per advert, and this one especially for those with websites. If you make yourself visible and your clients actually notice your product, then they will click. If there's a link, they will click on that link, and that link will direct them to your website. And so what are you doing? You're creating traffic. When you're making your post probably on social media, and you create traffic, but in the post that you've created that is actually bringing a lot of traffic to your social media platform, you have indicated, or you have actually attached a link to your website where the actual products are, and the prices and everything that you're offering is there. What you've done, you have actually created traffic. And when someone or a client clicks on this link, you'll be making money. As long as they get to the website that is using the PPC, that is paid per click, you'll be getting something from it. And so this one can help direct your customers to your website. That's the first thing. You're not just there for clickbait. Yes, of course it's there, but the first thing is direct the customers to the right place. Probably they searched something. They search, as you said, vegetables farming being vegetables being sold online. They search that. But in your post, you had included all this. You had the right language and everything, and the post will come in the search engines. The post will come out as the first, because it has created a lot of traffic. And this is a client who was looking for vegetables, and you have the link there. They'll click on the link, and so one, you'll be directing your customers to the right place, and that's the website where they'll get these vegetables, which are your products. And once they click on that advert that will be there, they will narrow down to a targeted, this will help you, or this will actually narrow down to a targeted audience. Remember, the person who is clicking on this link is someone who is looking for this product. Okay? And so actually clicking on this advert, okay, will narrow down to a targeted audience for you, and this will help you convert the prospects. Probably it was a link to another. It's actually your link is coming up as an advert in another page, and this is someone who was just reading some materials online, and your link to your website came in as an advert. Okay, or you're on YouTube, you're watching some amazing documentaries or anything on YouTube. You're watching content on YouTube, and your product or your website comes in as an ad, and this client is not looking for these products that you have, but because the ad is very dope, or it's well, it's well packaged, they'll click on it and it will direct them to your website or to your social media platform. So what you've done, you've converted a prospect. Probably for the longest time they have been looking for your product that you have on your website, but they don't know how. But this is a prospect customer that you've changed. Now it will be more of a regular customer. Now they get to understand, oh, kumbe, this is where I can get this product. I've been looking for this product for the longest time. That's a prospect customer talking, or a prospect talking. And from there, you'll be converting this prospect to a customer, to a regular customer. Because at the end of the day, he or she will contact you. Either you've indicated your contacts there, your probably your telephone number or your WhatsApp number or any other, or probably your email is right there. So they'll get to contact you directly, and this will actually help you at the end of the day. At the end of all these clicks, even if you're getting to be paid from the clicks or from the adverts that this prospect will be clicking, at the end of the day, yes, you have the money in your pocket, but the main effect is that you have changed the prospect or this client to a customer. And one thing we've seen, or you can talk to anyone who has witnessed probably one of them, we know how customers can be loyal or clients can be loyal. Some of us are loyal to brands. Some of us are loyal to the producers, that in this case the farmers. You are loyal to that farmer. You trust them. And so these are two key things. But it's only one effect, loyalty. And so when you win that customer, or you convert this customer from a prospect to a customer, then the main homework that you'll be having is making sure that you retain this customer. And the only way you retain this customer is making sure the customer services are right, you're treating them right, the language that you're using and to communicate to these clients is the best language that you're using, the best language to actually use. And so the fourth thing, or the last thing before we take a short break, is content marketing. And what is involved in content marketing? This is more of using of blogs, videos, etc. that can do not really involve your brand really, but the interest of services and products for your brand. So you can make videos, you can make blogs that you're not talking more of your brand, you're talking about the services and the products that you have in your brand. I don't know if that's clear. You're not really marketing your brand. Okay, probably you've called you have an online page. I don't know what you can call it, but you have products that you're selling, and in this case you have said vegetables, and so you'll not be really marketing vegetables. You'll not be really marketing your brand as an online shop that sells vegetables, but you can base it on the services that you're providing. That is the vegetables. You can write blogs or do videos about importances of vegetables, what the health importances, or what is new in the world of vegetables, such things. And when is it the right time to grow vegetables? But you get the point. You're basing it on the product or the services that you are giving, not really the brand, or not really what you're doing. You as a person, you're basing it on the services that you're having. So if it's about vegetables, give importances of vegetables, give anything to do with the vegetables. You can do the blogs, write a blog post, do videos, vlogs, whatever works for you. And that one, you'll be doing what you call content marketing. Someone will realize, enyewe, vegetables are actually good to our health. And kumbe, this kind of, for example, you'll get to understand tomatoes are fruits. All right? But you cannot have them in your fruit salad. Some things, fun facts about vegetables, fun facts about fruits if you're having fruits. all these things, you actually promoting the product services that you have in your online shop rather than the online shop itself. And this one actually works for you very, very well. And so if I don't know if we can still do the weather updates, not yet. And so when you come back, it's about the benefits why, or actually the benefits of having these new ways of digital market, and why is it important to have these new ways. And at the same time, we'll be having our social media experts in studio to tell us what are we not doing right when it comes to social media or digital marketing. What are we not doing right as farmers, as producers who are in that space of digital marketing? Remember, almost everyone is in that space, right, because of easy access of internet. But what are we not doing right when it comes to social or digital marketing of this industry of agriculture? And at the same time, we'll be back with the pan of the day, and that is a very interesting conversation, or a very interesting segment of this show. All that after this short break.
A nursery bed is a small area of a yard or garden that's used for growing certain selected plants. The goal of a nursery bed is to grow young plants to a certain size at which they can be easily transplanted. A nursery bed can also be used to evaluate plants to see if they are worthy of planting in the larger garden, to observe their growth, habit, and color, or watch them for pests and diseases. A nursery bed is especially helpful for vegetable gardeners practicing succession in planting, in which a steady supply of fresh produce is maintained.
Farmers is the home of Africa Farmers Club, and by extension, African farmers. The whole idea behind Farmers is to transform the image of an African farmer from a producer into an agripreneur, somebody who actually does not think about how to produce onions, but how much is going to be used to produce onions, and so that way then they can be able to transform their vision, they can be able to look at their farms as businesses, and they can be able to know when to engage with the market. What we have done is that we have developed a hub where farmers bring their information, bring their questions, their challenges, and other farmers are there to come out and help. Facebook has not just been instrumental, Facebook has been a working partner for myself as well. And Facebook has actually transformed the way we relate, an open platform. My background is in tech, and I know you cannot build a platform that can reach out to so many people. Initially, it was just a few farmers in 2 counties, Machakos County and Kajiado counties, but now it has transformed. We have a stronger membership from Nigeria and Zambia than even Kenya itself, And the reason behind this is the messages I get from different farmers across Africa. And then something interesting came to my mind, and I thought about using the camera. Every time I visited farmers, I would be able to post in the community, in the group, in my own profile, and just share the story of the farmer that I visited. And then I asked myself, why wouldn't I get this information, develop it in a way that other people can be able to benefit? If we go for a training, how do we capture that so that those who are not, the farmers who are not able to come for that training can still benefit? And hence the birth of a farmers media. Our mission as an organization is to help farmers, African farmers, to attain knowledge and grow profits.
Okay. Sasa ni 4:20. It's exactly 20 minutes past 4 p.m. Right here on the Farmers Media. This is the Farm Drive Show with me, Conrad Kibe, where we always about three things only: connect, learn, and grow. And so, in studio, we have digital marketing. Okay. Let me take again. Digital marketing experts.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And in-house social media
manager. Yes.
Aya, sawa, ni digital marketing expert and our in-house right here in the Farmers social media manager. So ukiona kitu yote kwa mtandao lazima ikuwe imepitia kwa mikono ya Debora, ndio?
Yes.
Asante sana kwa kukuja kwa show.
Karibu.
Leo umeamua kuambia watu what they are doing wrong when it comes to digital marketing.
Yes.
And we talked about, before you just came in, we were talking about what to do right.
Yes.
Social media marketing. We have the PPC that is paid per click. We also talked about e-commerce website, mambo na website. So uko hapa kutuambia ni sawa uko na hizi vitu zote, but you know what, this is what you do wrong.
Yes.
But before we do that, I don't know if you have the pan of the day ready. Ikiwa ready atatuambia. But now let's start off. What is one thing? Everyone has social media. Everyone can do business on social media.
Yes.
And I have a website. For example, let me give myself as an example. I have a website. I have social media platforms. Niko visible kila mahali. Probably I have this paid per advert. Na nafanya niko na blogs, nafanya content marketing. So what are the main things that I am doing wrong?
What are some of the things
because
that you're doing wrong?
Sioni conversion.
A very big nini would be you do not have an online business strategy.
Okay.
Something as simple as that. Because for you to actually, as in for business, you need to have goals.
Okay.
You need to have objectives that you aim to reach with specific goals. And so if you do not have that, you're not really doing anything, you know.
Okay.
Ni kama ukisikia kujikuna, nasikia kujikuna hapa. I have to actually itch here, or else hata nikikuna the whole arm, I'm not going to get whatever it is that I want.
So even if you have the following on social media, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Lazima kuwe na strategy.
Yes. Okay. So you should have an online business strategy. What exactly is it that you want out of your social media pages? Ama for your online business?
Okay.
Is it brand awareness? Is it to engage with customers? Is it to buy and sell products?
Okay.
Is it to build a community? Is it to... What do people use the online for? You know, what exactly are you doing this? Is it to make your customers feel more at ease because they see the reviews from previous clients and all that? What exactly are you aiming for? And then once you have this online business strategy in place, then everything else becomes easier. Yes. So
that's the main problem I'm facing.
Yes,
that's why I'm not seeing the conversion.
Yes, because what are they supposed to convert to? Because you see, for
I think
example,
just probably have 200,000 followers. I think I'm doing.
But what is the point of these 200 followers? Are you trying to get them to buy from you?
Okay.
Are you just trying to get them to know about your brand? Are you trying to get them to give reviews about your clients? What are you trying to get them to do exactly? And so unless you've actually specified this, then it doesn't really matter what you do, whether your content is top-notch, it's really not going to translate into whatever it is that it's supposed to translate into. And you're putting in so much time, so much effort into creating content for these people, but
now I have a website. See Maisha app. See websites I'm good to go.
No,
or what are people not doing well when it comes to the website?
Social media, it's probably hard to use.
Yeah.
Difficult to navigate.
For the target audience that you have.
Yes, it's probably hard to navigate.
Okay.
I know for younger people, we can figure this out very easily.
Okay.
But you can find that an older generation, they probably have a harder time navigating this website. Is the font okay? Yeah. Is it too small? Is it too big?
So it goes down to even the font?
Yes.
Yes,
you just apana. Is it too slow? You know,
okay.
You're supposed to use high quality pictures, yes, but is it too slow? Because even you as a person, when you click onto something and then it's taking like a minute, 2 minutes, I mean, no, I'm out of here.
Okay.
You know, so those are some of the small things. Are you using low quality images? Because we are used to being stimulated, and that's the sad truth. So for you to compete at a level that's of your competitors, you need to have quality images.
Where? Okay. It's more of the learning we are doing here.
Yes.
That's the website.
That's
or
the
even
website.
the social media.
Yes, even social media.
I'm having 100 posts, or I'm doing 6 posts a day, or 10 posts
Are
a
they
day.
quality posts?
Okay.
What are they about?
So it's not about how many times you're posting.
It's not how many.
So what is
Okay,
in the
of course,
post?
it's important to post on a regular basis. We do not dispute that. But
Okay.
then also don't. That's what I'm saying. It's very important to have a goal for your online business. Because if you're doing things, if you want brand awareness, then if I'm posting and let's say 250,000 people have seen my post, see, that's enough for me. Yeah. Because if I just want to be seen, for example, it's a new product in the market. Mkulima may decide, I want to have an online store. Yes.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get the message out there. If it's seen by like 100,000 people, I've hit my goal. But if my goal is to sell, and 250,000 people see it, but I don't really make a sell,
And
that's a problem. Yes.
so the problem is you may be having the numbers,
Yes.
but now the conversion is
Yes.
the problem.
Yes.
So how
yes.
do you convert this?
How do you convert? As I was saying, have a goal, know exactly what it is that you want out of
a
the
goal
page.
per day, or how can you set the goals? What's the best time to set these goals? Or how
Best
can you
time to set
it?
these
Yeah.
goals is when you're starting, but of course it's never too late to start.
Never too late.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so have a goal. Teme kama leo. Go sit down, decide, I want brand awareness, I want to be able to sell online,
Okay.
and I want to, what else would you want to do? Let's say I'd love to get reviews from my customers, so that because even if you want to buy something, you're going to check reviews for a product. Yes.
Yeah.
Before you go to a restaurant, you're going to Google, especially if it's a new restaurant, you're going to check it out and see the reviews and then decide whether it's worth it or not. Yes.
Yeah.
And those are some of the small things that actually really help businesses. So assuming you have 3 goals: brand awareness, making sales, and then maybe reviews from my clients.
Yeah.
Then once you have these goals in place, then you can decide how you're going to tackle them.
Yeah.
It becomes easier. Yes. Because if it's things like, let's say you want to sell online, you always have to have a contact. It needs to be visible. Si ati mtu anze tena kwenda kutafuta tio namba nini. Make it easy for you.
Yeah.
Make it easy for your clients. If you're doing a post, make sure you add the what's it called, directly message, so that someone doesn't also have to go up there and look for the messaging number. It might be there, and that's okay, but make it easy for your clients to click on these things. So with every post, include the number. If you can link it to your WhatsApp directly, if you can link it to your Messenger directly, if you can, do that. Make it easy for the client to actually take the call to action. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it easy for them to do that. Yes.
Okay. Yes. That's so much I'm learning when it comes to because as I was saying, when you're having the social media platforms, everyone is on all these socials.
Yes.
But now when it comes to business, it's another dimension.
Yes, it's
How to-
totally different. Yes.
Okay, so that's the first thing that people are doing wrong. What's the second thing that people are doing wrong when it comes to social media?
You're always selling.
What do you mean always selling? Si tuko pale kufanya kazi.
I know
ya
we're
kuuza.
there to we're there to sell, but then
Okay.
the way the world has become, you have to offer value for you to sell. It's actually a much better strategy. Just look at this on WhatsApp. See, people sell things on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Kuna mtu najuanga kila siku atasema anauza viatu. Am I allowed to speak in Kiswahili? Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot we have
Yeah.
international
Yeah.
viewers.
You
Sorry.
can have
Yeah.
a bit of Kiswahili.
Okay, yeah. So people who sell on WhatsApp, and this person sells shoes, yes?
Yeah.
If you're not really in the mood to check shoes, are you going to look at their status?
No, you even need.
Exactly. But if you find someone who shares things like maybe how to clean your sneakers, how to avoid folds on your sneakers, how to do this,
So give the value of this.
yes, give value.
And
Don't just
that's
sell.
That's what you're talking about. Making sure that every time it's not more of, especially on the content marketing.
Yes.
Not just marketing your brand.
Exactly.
You're giving more of the products and services.
Exactly.
What is in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Give value for your
So you
products.
can have probably a blog.
You can have a blog where you share useful information, share useful tips. If you're a farmer and you're selling, let's say you're an what do you call this? You're an agro dealer, yes?
Yeah.
Maybe you can share. Let's say I don't want to name a brand, but let's say this specific product is very good for tackling red spider mites.
Yeah.
Share information like that. Tell a farmer, if you have a red spider mite problem in your farm, you're supposed to look for this active compound in your pesticide. That is value, because that is something that most farmers don't even know. You know, they'll just go and they're going to be told blindly, do this. And sometimes it's not true, sometimes it's not very helpful. But then if you know that I'm supposed to look for this active ingredient in a pesticide, then that's value. Yes.
Not every time. Just
Yes.
posting that pesticide
No,
every time.
buy this. If you have
Yeah.
red spider mite, buy this. No, tell them why this actually works. You know.
It's like convincing people why. You first make them understand the value.
Yes, and
So
then you
that
sell
because
it.
when you understand the value, we at times we buy things. For example, we know products. We don't need to mention them that they don't have adverts,
Yes.
but we know the value of
Yes.
the products.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you're supposed to make your
Yes.
business work.
Yes.
Not every time selling.
No.
I'm selling shoes. They're on offer, 50% offer.
No, add value. Add value. Give value to your customers. Yes, give value. Share recipes. Because do you know how to cook okra? The vegetables. Okra.
Okay.
Yes. Do you know how to cook them? Do you even know what they are?
My job.
Yes.
No, so by the way, that you can send to me that.
I can send.
Yeah, because you can sell that to me because I don't know okra, so I have to understand what is okra, then get to know the value of okra. Alafu niangalie kama naweza buy.
Yes. So something okra is a vegetable. I didn't know how to cook it. I know it's quite famous in Nigeria, in West Africa basically.
Okay.
It's a common vegetable.
Okay.
I don't know how to cook it. The first time I cooked it, it was I didn't really like it. I didn't know if it was cooked or not. You know, there was a lot of assumption about it. But then the next time I went to the grocery shop, this farmer told me, this one is supposed to cook like this, like this, like this. Hapa hivi ndo ulifanya makosa, no maana ilikuwa hivi. You know, they gave me value. Because I know it's nutritious, but then you know, if I cook it and it turns bad, I'm not going to buy it next time. Yes. Every time I go there, I buy okra because
because they told you.
He told me how I can cook that.
And that was just a certain way of just
Yes.
selling it to you.
He's never had to tell me buy okra, but if I find okra, I'm going to buy it.
Okay. So in that spirit of just knowing the value of it, we have the pan of the day, and today this week we're just basing it on the cows, and so we get milk from cows, right?
Yes.
But what do you get pampered milk? What do you get from a pampered cow? Have you ever umewaifuga ng'ombe ama umewaikuwa karibu na watu wanafuga ng'ombe? Have you seen how someone pampers their cows? Hadi karibu naiosha kila siku. It's not living in a place that is very dirty. So what product do you get from this pampered cow?
I don't know.
Okay,
Still milk. Still milk.
Do you know pampered children?
Yeah, I do.
What's the outcome of pampered children? What do
Headache.
people call them?
Spoils.
Okay, so what do you get from pampered cows?
Spoiled milk.
Thank you.
Wow.
So what you get from pampered cows is just a spoiled milk. So yeah, that's the pan of the day today. Remember, you can always catch the pan of the day right here on a Farm Drive Show every Monday to Friday on the Farm Drive Show katika kipindi cha Lala Salama. So the pan of the day today is what do you actually get from a pampered cow and spoiled milk. And so talking about we talked about not having the goals, always selling. So what's the third thing that people are doing?
You only come online. You only become social when you're selling.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means I'll only get onto Facebook when I'm posting something for you guys to buy. You know, when I want something from you, you're supposed to engage with your clients. When people have questions, you engage them. Try and get to learn more.
Okay.
If someone has a concern about your product, explain it to them. You know, if someone is curious about the various ways they can use it, explain it to them. You know.
Okay, all right. So not just getting there, just posting and then offline.
social media, the greatest thing about social media is that it's made communication, how do you call it? Normally, Kitambo brands, what they used to do is communication used to be top down. Like brands, they give information. But right now, the way social media has made it such a way that communication is now two-way. Yes. I tell you, camel milk has more protein. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying. Yeah?
Okay.
I tell you, camel milk has more protein.
Yeah.
And you tell me, so if I'm allergic to lactose, you get, can I take camel milk?
Yeah,
you know, or because I hear it has a bit of a smell. How can I combat this smell if it's really irritating me? You know, is it safe for children? You know.
So you're asking all these questions.
Yes, because those are some of the questions that your clients have.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is not just that you just give information. No, you should engage your customers. You know, because they have concerns.
Probably someone is asking you this question, and they're on their way to buy this product.
Yes.
So they can't wait for your answer.
Yes. Or even if you answer my question, I might not necessarily buy it, but we might be talking, and I'll tell you, oh, by the way, brand XYZ sell camel milk, and they said even if you have a lactose problem, you can actually consume it. I'm not sure that's true. This is just an example, please.
Oh, you said their milk is not scented.
Yes. Or if you want to get rid of the smell, add cardamoms or ginger or something. You know, you can do that, and it's actually better for your stomach, something of the sort. You know, so you don't just come and post. No, foster that communication with your audience.
And what do you think? I don't really see it with in this industry of agriculture. This automated type of messages. What does it can it really work when it comes to this industry of agriculture?
What do you mean by automated messages?
Replies, like we see them in some of these brands, and it's the same. Ni editing tu amefanya hello, Debora, send this number. You know, they are not answering the question, but it's just automated. Can that work?
Well, ideally, you of course having a bot for answering your questions when someone asks, because sometimes someone is not really available to answer immediately. Yes, and so what this does is that you can tell them we will reply when we can. We'll get in touch when maybe we're online, because maybe someone texted usiku and you guys open in the morning. Yeah, but always make sure that you reply to this. It can work, but I feel like I lost your question.
I'm asking, for example, it's because I don't really want to mention the brand. You tell them I have this problem, right? And the automated text, because it's automated, it's automatic. I tell you, for example, my phone is not working, okay, and has a battery problem, and then the automated reply is, thank you so much for using our product. Kindly send your email number to this, DM us your email number, so that we can be of assist to you. You know, and the problem is about the battery. So I've just given it's not a good example, but you understand.
Yeah, I get
like
what you're saying.
the automated reply is not in line with what I had actually, or my problem.
Okay, so of course it's impossible to tackle every single issue that your audience might have, but then try, even after the automated response, kindly try and get back with each of your clients, because in this case of your battery, when I'm thinking of getting a phone and be like, Conrad, your phone looks nice, where did you get it? You'll be like, Apana, you know, when I had a problem with my battery, these people didn't sort me. I had to figure it out on my own. But you see, if you got that, the reply that you got, but then the next day you get a message and they say, hi Conrad, hi, we noticed you had a problem with this and this and this. You know, how may we help you? You know, Ama, you can solve this by doing this and this and this and this. These are some of the licensed areas that you can go get your battery replaced, you know, or something of the sort. So, as much as we use the bots to make work easier, but also try, because you know the human touch is just different. Yeah, it's different.
It's more of like you're feeling it's a one-on-one.
Yes. So always try to actually go back and give your customers and just make sure whatever they need is actually the need is met. Yes.
Okay, you've talked about making sure that you're online, not just to post what you're selling. And so what about the time to what is the best, not the best, but in terms of response time, how can you work about it? Because I know that's part of the problem. People responding to a question, it was asked last week, and
Yeah.
someone was in line to go buy something in an agrovet, and they're asking, is this the best a pesticide to use in so and you respond later, or do you have this in stock?
Okay.
And you reply
Yeah.
2 weeks later.
So, of course, you always try to answer as soon as possible.
Okay.
As soon as possible. That's the rule of thumb. There are very good apps nowadays, and that's like an advantage for us, because like me, I manage the social media accounts here, yes?
Okay.
And so every day when I log in the morning, for example, for Facebook, there's business suites. Is it suites? Suites. Anyway, suites. And what it does, I literally have a to-do list, which is the comments, the messages that I got
Yeah.
while I was not online, so I can tackle them. Every single comment, every single message, I can tackle them then before I begin to do something else. Alternatively, there are other apps they're probably paid for that you can still install on your phone, and they'll notify you when you have a new message, when you have a new comment. So there's absolutely no reason for you to lag behind.
So you have no reason to say, I
Yeah.
wasn't online.
Yes,
Oh, I
and
didn't see your comments.
yeah, sorry. A good thing with business suite is that it combines, if your accounts are linked, like Instagram and Facebook,
Okay.
it gives you Nini for both of these platforms.
Ah.
Yes, so maybe you'll just have to go and check now on Twitter and maybe on the website.
Okay.
Now you have to check those individually, but like for Facebook and for Instagram, you can sort everything that you need to do from your phone, or from your computer.
Yeah.
Without having to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no reason why you should be answering Anini in 2 weeks' time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
before you actually, because that was that's so much of undoing for ourselves that you're doing. So is there any other what do I mean? Is there something else that you're not doing right when it comes to social media and digital marketing? Because there are so many problems.
There's so many problems. I don't really know if I can categorize this as a problem, but
Okay.
build on customer experience.
What do you mean?
Customer experience is most people don't buy because they need things. They buy because of how it makes them feel. Okay, you need things, yes, but if you improve customer experience,
It's the small things that
it's the small
oh,
things. It's the
Now I
small
get it.
things, yes. So things like
because you deliver.
yes, things like thank you for replying to comments, yes. Things like whenever you get an order through maybe your website or through your whatever, through your website or through your social media pages, let them know that you're grateful for things like that,
Yeah.
Things like gift cards.
So it's the
maybe,
small things.
It's the small things, and Facebook has a feature where you can sell gift cards. So for example, I'm a farmer, I'm selling my produce straight from the farm, yes.
Yeah.
So I have a basket that maybe has 2 kilos of onions, 2 kilos of tomatoes, capsicum, coriander, all these things. It's a package, yes. And I know maybe you're not feeling well, especially in these COVID times, yes. So I'll buy a gift card, but it's delivered to you. You get?
Yeah.
Or I can buy you a gift card, and you can choose whatever it is that you want to buy. You see, that's an experience.
So it's more of I'll not be just buying because
yes.
but I enjoy your services.
Yes. So give your customers a good experience. And that's why some companies thrive and some don't, especially in the age of social media, because people talk, customers talk. If I had a good service from you, I'd come back. If I don't, and I find someone who's doing better, I'm going to go there.
The what we call customer loyalty.
Yes.
They'll always, even if you tell them it's out of stock, they will wait.
Yes, they
because
wait.
they know your services
Yes.
are legit.
Yes. So
people have not really invested in that.
people haven't, and it's very sad. And I think that's one of the things that's missing from the agricultural sector. Yes.
Okay. Is there something else that
let me check my
that
notes.
can be a problem, or what we are actually, because we are trying to undo all these things, and making sure that farmers are actually improving, especially those who have invested on their social media platforms.
Okay, another thing is you don't ask for reviews from your customers.
You don't ask.
You
wait
don't
for them
ask.
to review.
No, ask them if you really liked our
Oh, so that's the
package.
problem.
Yeah,
We are
that's
not
a problem.
asking.
You're not asking.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
because you see, you'll find that maybe when you boost your post, when you do this and this and this, you get very many clients, but they don't come back.
But people are afraid of reviews.
How are you supposed to make improvements if you don't know what the problem is?
I don't. They really want them, but they're afraid of it.
No.
You know.
Follow up. There was I just realized I almost mentioned a brand,
Okay.
but I'll try and beat around the bush.
Okay.
So on I think Saturday, I was helping a friend of mine move,
Yeah.
and then they were on phone with I think maybe a parent or something, and then they were asked, how do you feel about company X, Y, and Z? It's an internet connectivity service. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they asked, how do you feel about account XY, company XYZ? And they said, those people only call you when your subscription is over. You know, they only call you when your subscription is over. And I think you also mentioned something like of the sort last week.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I
I didn't even remember that. And the rest of the time, when you're having an issue with your internet, you can't even reach them. You know, the internet is
They'll
slow.
all remind you your
Yes.
These are the services we have. Please
Exactly.
subscribe and all.
Exactly. But they don't tell you if you're having a problem with your internet. Okay, not everyone knows how to switch off and restart the router. But you see, I'm sure there are like other tips and tricks, you know, to maybe navigate that. I'm not sure. I'm not a tech person. Yeah. But you see something like that. If a customer asks you for a review, it's very harsh to hear as a business owner.
That's what
but
I'm
it's
talking
essential.
about. It's very harsh
It is
because,
very
yeah,
essential to
people
hear
don't like the
things like
truth,
that.
but it's very, very, very crucial.
Itakuuma siku mbili and then you move forward. Because if your budget for marketing is 100,000 and you get, let's say, 100 customers, but out of the 100 you can only retain 20, then you cannot justify the amount of money that you're using for marketing. And that's a problem that most farmers have. They don't market their produce. That's why they get really bad prices from brokers, you know.
Yeah.
Because they do not want to market. So if you're actually going to put in the work and open an e-commerce store for your website or through Facebook, through Instagram, why don't you actually just follow through and get the feedback from your customers? Maybe they'll tell you, I felt like nyanya zenye ulinekea last time zote zilikuwa mbichi. I'd like a mixture. You see? And so next time, maybe you can add that as a feature on your website. You can tell them, do you want only raw tomatoes? Do you want a mixture, or do you want just ripe? That is something that you'd probably not have thought of, because you think.
So from the reviews, you can get something
Yes.
that you will undo and do it the
Yes,
right way.
you can make progress for your organization, because let's say even for the house, me, I only buy ripe tomatoes. I like ripe tomatoes. Yes, there are people who buy both ripe and unripe.
Yeah, that's me.
And there are people who will buy unripe because maybe they have leftover tomatoes, but then they're shopping today because, you know, whatever, logistics. Yeah. Imagine having the option to choose all this, especially if someone is not really buying from the market or something. You know, it's the small things, but they make people happy and they create customer loyalty.
And people will do a free, quote unquote, free advertising for you.
Yes,
Like
yes.
visit this website. They actually
yes.
tailor make things for you.
Yes.
Okay.
If I like a mixture of big and small tomatoes, let me be able to input that into my cart or something, you know. If I like whatever it is that you see customers are having a problem with, or they would prefer, and it actually, why don't you just ask them and get their review, you know? Yes.
This is the sad truth,
Sad truth.
or the hard truth that Debora is giving us, and I think we should have this conversation again, because I'm learning a lot in terms of what digital marketing where, and this is the way to go.
It is
Either
the
way,
to go.
it's
It is.
sadly we are getting rid of the traditional media. You have something to say?
Yes, I just remembered something I'd forgotten. Sorry. So another problem is that you're not making it easy for your website or your pages to be found.
By using
For example, I'm selling. Let's say I have a dairy shop. I'm selling milk. I sell milk. I sell cheese. I sell yogurt.
yeah.
But maybe my shop's name is Debbie's shop. You see?
Yeah.
It's not easy to find that.
The Debbie's
Is
shop.
it Debbie's
I
shop?
don't know
Is
what
it
you're saying.
clothes? Is it shoes? Is it, you know?
Okay.
But if I say yogurts by Debbie, you know,
Make it specific.
make it specific. Let someone who's looking for milk be able to find your shop. Yes, use focus words that people, if I want to buy, let's say, mozzarella cheese, have posts that I'm probably just going to search mozzarella cheeses near me or something. Yes,
Yeah.
when you're promoting your cheeses, are you using words that I'd actually input, not what you're thinking, what I'd actually input? Yes.
Okay.
And then there are very good tools by Google, like Google My Business. So it's how do I put it? It's basically you see, let me give an example. If you Google something like, let's say, farmers media, itatokea hapo hivyo.
Itatokea farmers media.
A farmers media, location, maybe
The
a
contacts,
contacts,
yeah.
maps. You
Yeah.
see, so that is we need it on Google My Business. So those are some of the things. So unless you're you're strictly online shop, of which I believe you can still do that. Maybe you just don't have the maps, but having it on Google My Business, because if I'm looking for, if some of the services I've listed there is let's say milk, yogurt, maziwa mala, cheese. If me as Debra nitoke hapa hivi and I decide I want a glass of cold mala, and then I mala near me, it's going to show up. You see,
Immediately.
because
Without even
it
starting.
uses maps, you
But
know,
now
to
if you
check the
have Debbie's
radius.
shop, no,
You
no,
can't-
you'll not find it.
Yes, you'll not find it, you know.
And you'll be there asking yourself, why am I struggling?
Why
And
am I
I'm on the
struggling?
edge.
Yes, and all these tools are there. Register your business for local directories, register it for Google My Business, use words that normal consumers would need. It doesn't make sense for me to use very sophisticated words that my clients are not going to really key in when they're nini. Because if you're hungry, what are you looking for? Coffee place.
You're very specific
Yes,
in what you look
yes. I want a coffee place.
So it's like more of putting yourself in the shoes of
Yes,
customers and
yes.
making it easy for them.
Yes, focus words. In digital marketing terms, we talk about search engine optimization. Basically, make your content easy to find. Let it be a priority. Let's give Google a reason to prioritize your content to your targeted consumers.
Okay. Right, and my director is asking what kind of cheese is that?
Mozzarella cheese.
Kama anasema ni jina inaweza mgonga anguke. Kimbize mwili nyumbani.
Tutaongea naye hapo nje.
So you've heard the sad truth, and the hard truth, that is what you're doing wrong, and definitely I hope you'll learn some of these things and implement some of these tips that Debora is telling us. This needs another time to have this conversation wholesome, so that if you're doing something wrong, as she said, it's not too late to do this. And so probably as we wind up, something you can tell the young people, wale ambao wanaongeleshewa leo, the summit is theirs, the AGRF summit, and they're thinking, now I'll get into agribusiness and do it digitally. So, wewe imekataa kutoka tufanye kwa social media, kwa mtandao. So what can you tell the young people in terms of just advice on what to do on social media?
What to do on social media?
As they are joining a new farmer.
A new farmer. I feel like there's so much potential on social media for farmers, and do not be afraid of taking the steps that you think. Do not be afraid of your idea. You know, the problem is you look at people and they'll tell you, kuna kitu nye unafanya, you know.
Yeah.
Do not, if you have an idea and you know it can work, do not be afraid to actually go through with your idea. Another thing, learn. Social media, just learn.
Just be open.
Be open, take time to research, use Google or analytics from your social media pages. Try and get the most information that you can from this insights, because you're not just there to decorate your page. They actually tell you something about the type of content that you're posting, what maybe your audience would like to see more, you know, all these things. Yes. I feel like I'm really throwing you in the deep end.
No, I understand. Just because I need to learn so many things. But definitely I've not started any agribusiness. But at least najua tuko wengi hapa nje about we are doing things wrong, but it's okay.
Yes,
it's okay.
yes.
We're here to learn, and thank you so much, Debora, for gracing this show, and we'll have you again. I think in terms of having to do digital marketing, we need you here.
Sawa.
Asante sana kwa kukuja. And we take a short break, like 50 seconds will be enough to come back and do the traffic updates right here on the Farm Drive Show. It's actually 3 minutes to 5 p.m. right here on the Farm Drive Show, and we at that juncture where we need to wind up the show and just give you the traffic updates, what is happening on the roads. It's bumper to bumper. Outbound traffic on Uhuru Highway is getting a bit sluggish, especially around that place, that Carrefour Mega supermarket that is around there, and from Haile Selassie inatoka Haile Selassie hadi karibu na Nyayo Stadium, and also wapi kwingine Outer Ring Road towards Kariobangi roundabout is a bit busy, and the traffic there is not moving. And for the first time, what's happening around Karen Ngong Road, there's a bit of traffic, and actually people are saying it's a bit early to have that traffic. Na kama kawaida Mlolongo, slow moving traffic, both are going towards coming to this sides of Kitengela and also going to town. Traffic there is very, very heavy, and as always, watu wa Mombasa Road, you're being urged to actually be kind to one another on those roads. Just don't be a bit selfish. Just, patianeni njia pale, because everyone wants to go home, but at the end of it, we want to go home safe and sound. So make sure you are actually observing the traffic rules and making sure that you are observing the 3 guidelines put in place by the MOH, that is the Ministry of Health, that is putting having your mask properly, or wearing your mask properly, using sanitizer, or If you don't have a sanitizer, make sure you use water, clean water, and soap, and definitely making sure that you having your social distance in place as much as you can. And as always, we're urging you to get vaccinated, because this vaccine is reducing the rate of the spread of this virus by 95%. So tomorrow, being the third day of the AGRF 2021 summit, make sure you join in. And if you have not joined in or registered, you can just get to have the registration being done. The link is on all their social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter. But you can use www.agrf.org or .org, get there, register, and get to find out what they'll be talking about tomorrow, being day 3. And definitely remember, they have almost close to 8 head of states that will be gracing this summit. More than 2,000 delegates will be there, and 200 keynote speakers that will be gracing that summit. Remember, it's running until the Friday, that is the 10th of September. So it's never too late to join in and get there, especially the young people. If you're a new farmer, a young farmer, if you're in the small scale kind of farming, they're there to get there, join, and understand how this will impact you as a small farmer. Remember, they're giving loans, especially for if you're a farmer in Rwanda, that is Kigali. Get to know how you can get yourself these loans so that you can boost your business if it was affected by COVID-19. All right? Thank you so much for being part of this conversation, and thank you to Debora for making this conversation really amazing, and giving us some insights that we need to understand in terms of digital marketing, and we need to actually unlearn so many things. But I hope you've gotten that in place. You have your notebooks and a pen ready. You can review the notes later on. But also, if you have not gotten all the information, remember, this can be as well be gotten from our Facebook page, that is a Farmers Media, and also a YouTube page, that is a Farmers Media. You can get this on Facebook, that is a Farmers, and YouTube, a Farmers Media. You can get this greatness from there. But I think you're done. And sorry, today we couldn't have the weather update, so you can just get on your book, your phone, and get to understand or get to know what the weather will be looking at tomorrow, so that you can get prepared, get ready to face the day tomorrow. That's all we had for you today. Thank you so much to my director Sarah and producer Lista for having this, for making this a success, and to you as a viewer for actually gracing this show until right now. It's 5:01, and you know what? I have nothing else to add. Tukutane kesho kama kawaida 3 p.m. inshallah.